Hi guys, welcome back to the channel for today's video. So basically I've been listing a few cards through the app. Now I just came back home, so making this video and then jumping straight up to play some foot champs as well. So let's begin with the transfer list as usual. So I bought this Carlos Alberto for 860, sold them at 905. That's basically break even. He didn't rise all that much, so I just went ahead and took the coins without losing coins on him. Michael Owen, bought him for 900, sold him at 1.077, which is a very lucky sale. If I'm not mistaken, this card might have been fresh. Otherwise, I just don't know why somebody bought that. I was basically just lazy listing him and he sold. Bought this Ian Rush for 320, sold them at 369. Pires 220. That's about 10k after tax. Makelele, prime, bought him at 729, sold him at 798. I do think, if I'm not mistaken, that's around 35k after tax. Break even on Nedved, bought him at 400, sold him at 423. Deco, found him on the market for 115. Basically just flipped him within an hour at 132. Van Nistelrooy, bought at 95 if I'm not mistaken, so that's about 5-6k after tax. Crespo, all of them, I think I do have around 3 or 4 of him. All of them were bought at 205, so that's around 10-12k profit after tax. Santi Cazorla was just there on my transfer list. Now I'm always looking for space on the transfer list, so I had him at 20. Sold them at 28. Malin, I bought him on the market. He was just chilling there on the market at 90. Basically, it was a snipe. I got him, flipped him at 105. I'm not sure how much he goes for at the moment. I haven't looked at his price. Now, a few videos ago, I was talking about buying those discard Argentinian players that were selling for very cheap. So I had this moosh of mine whom I had packed. So I was looking to sell him. So I was looking at his price and I found this guy just there at 28k with the Hunter. So I bought him and flipped him at 39. And this one I packed, so that's pure profit. Diaby I was buying during the week at 52. Was able to sell him at 63. Velasco is another discard inform. Discard promo card from the Argentina promo. So basically 27 for him, which is a very good price. Then I sold some fodders like this Harry Kane. I bought him at 34. He sold at 44. Handanovic, I packed him. Bernardo Silva was bought at 18.5. I was able to sell him at 26. Szczesny, I had him in my transfer targets. I had gotten him on bid for 14, sold them at 19. Parejo, I think one was bought, one was packed. Neto was bought at 8k. Sule was also bought at I think 7.5. Cancelo I packed. Dele Ali and Wijnaldum were bought at 2k, 2.2, something like that. So I went ahead and took the coins on those as well. Now I am kind of stuck at the moment with a Lampard that I bought at 900. Basically, there was 2 Lampards at 900. The rest was selling for 1.1. So I did try to get one of him in order to flip him at 1.1. Now at the moment he's around 870. So I'm kind of struggling with that. Litmanen, basically I bought this card just like that. I have no idea why. But I bought him at 489. He was selling for 500 at that time, and I thought he was fresh, so I would get some sort of a premium for him. Now I'm just looking to exit the trade with on break even, so I'm gonna try and flip that. Deco, I bought him for 132. Now these 2 Crespos, I'm kind of struggling to sell them. Basically, when I got them, they were on the market for 307, and so I got one at 307. So and the rest were selling at 340. So I told myself, grab him at 307 and flip him at 340, right? Which is the logical thing to do. But as soon as I bought him, it took me around 10 minutes to list him. Always getting that transfer list space. And when I went to list him, I checked on the market and he had already dropped around 280. So I picked one up at 280. Now I'm not even able to sell that one as well. I do think he's chilling at the moment around 280 once again. So I most probably will just take a tax loss on them. But I'm not yet sure. I'm still waiting tonight, and I'm gonna take a decision at night before sleeping on those cards. The rest are pretty much the same thing which I had. I am looking to sell those Onanas. I do know 4.5 is way too cheap to sell him for, but I just had so many of him that there is just no point. And I do think Onana is a player, even though he's 85, it would really take like a big SBC to make him rise. Otherwise, I just don't see how he would rise because there's no center backs from the Eredivisie to link him to. So this card will never be like the other 85s that is going to rise at 12, 13k unless there is some sort of a big SBC. Otherwise, all those informs, they're all up at the moment because I bought them all for discard, like Nacho at 12k, Fernando at 11, basically all of them for discard prices, and they're currently up. I do think a lot of people are currently low-key completing Sergio Ramos, Boateng, Messi, and last-minute Neymar SBCs. Because if we just look at example this Guerrero right here, I bought him at 13k. At the moment, his inform, I was just having a look at that before I record the video. At the moment, he's around 20k, and he's been selling at 20k because I sold him at 21 this morning through the app, but I had to clear the sale just to get some more space. But they have been selling at the moment, so do have a look in your club if you guys are short on coins. Otherwise, I would just say the more you sit on those cards, the more they will gain in value. This is just my thought on it. As long as we don't get a repeatable Team of the Week SBCs, those cards should just keep rising, and it's kind of natural because they get rarer on the market. Now, for example, this Nacho Monreal right here, the 84 is selling currently for around 18, 19k, while the 82 is selling for almost 30k, which is just because the 82 is more rare on the market, and I do think a lot of people don't know how to complete SBCs, so they look at the solutions and they end up paying more. But that's just how it goes, supply, demand, and the supply is just not there for those cards because they're out of packs. So a lot of them have been rising at the moment. I was looking at their prices just before making the video, and I was kind of surprised to see that a lot of those cards have risen. The informs, which makes me think that people are completing the SBCs at the moment because all those upgrade packs, so they do have a lot of untradables. So they're just going ahead and completing, and maybe a few people are currently taking this decision of selling the headliner Neymar, which is just crashing at the moment. Now, I'm not sure how much it is at the moment. Let's just have a look because this is very interesting to me. I did see him at around 3.75 yesterday or day before. At the moment, looks like he's back up to 4 mil. So I do think a lot of people will take that decision of selling this Neymar and maybe going for the left wing player of the month Neymar, because a lot of people also want to maybe take a winger out of the icon swaps. Maybe a guy like Overmars or Garincha or those type of players that are wingers. So they would need maybe a left wing. Now, this is just my theory on that. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I do think a lot of people are currently completing the Neymar SBC, and I've been seeing him a lot in Rivals and Foot Champs even last week. So in terms of icon swap, since I'm already here on that tab, I do think the best value, in my opinion, the best value is Litmanen, no doubt. I think it's 6 tokens. Yeah, for 6 tokens you get an icon moments, and this guy is not bad. If you look at it, his in-game stats for a cam, having that kind of pace, that kind of finishing, the composure, the stam, the passing, everything is really good on this card. So he's by far the best value. And why do I say in terms of value is because this card is around 500k on the market, costs you around 6 tokens, which may be around 2-3 hours of work. You guys may be able to do that. What I'm gonna do is most probably I'm just gonna go ahead and claim the prime icon pack. This is what I may do, but I'm still debating because I do want a moments in my team as well. So maybe taking Lampard, but I'm not all that sure because Lampard has horrible balance and agility. But otherwise, and if you are this type of a guy that completes all the tokens every single times, then I do think 24 tokens, your best bet would be getting maybe instead of getting one player, maybe getting a combo of maybe three players, because this is very much possible. If you look at that, 7 7, that's 14, and 6, that's 23. This may help you if you have a very weak team, but otherwise I do think the prime icon pack being 9 tokens, and that would leave you with around 15 tokens. Kaká would be a very nice shout, but the best player for me, if I was to grind, because I will not wait 40 days, because 40 days is pretty much team of the season. At that time, those cards will have no value. I would grind towards a Petit. If you guys have been playing Foot Draft, then you would know Petit is very, very, very good. He's end game, and this is a type of card that would stay on your team until FIFA 21. Strong links to a lot of players, French players. He can strong link to guys like Varane, Mbappe, all those type of players. Otherwise, even Ian Rush is really good. Otherwise, I do think in terms of trading, the time to make coins is pretty much over for this week. Maybe it's time to get liquid at this point. A lot of cards will start dropping tonight as people are done playing Foot Champs. So I do think whatever you guys made as profit is very good, but now it's time to maybe just to go ahead and get liquid to buy some more cards this week to flip for Weekend League, right? Because I do think the sell-off this week will be very heavy as people will want to sell their teams because they won't be playing rivals with their team. Because they're going to complete the icon swap objective. So I do think even if you see a good deal today, tomorrow, do not go ahead and jump on it. Maybe wait until Tuesday. The market should be at its lowest around Tuesday or Wednesday. I would say Tuesday. I do expect the market to be at its lowest. So I'm also going to stop trading because most of the time when I lose coins is when I start trading and getting good deals on Saturday nights or Sunday nights. This is when you end up always losing, right? So I'm just gonna concentrate on getting liquid and keeping the coins for next week flips. Otherwise, if you guys bought the high rateds with me, then GG's on you. There's a ton of profit here, as you guys can see. 13k for Benucci. He's currently around 19k. Very good profit for gold rares to make 5-6k a card. It's just very, very good because there is almost no risk on them, right? Because if you look at Pjanic, for example, a guy that does not have even the best links in terms of a high rated, bought him at 13k. I'm pretty sure he's high at the moment. Yeah, so he's chilling around 19k at the moment. So that's very good profit. Yeah, so here we go. There's a bid as well. So if you guys bought the high rated, then you guys just made quite some coins. Same thing with Parejo. He was selling for 12k. Which is insane. He's currently around 17k. But that's pretty much in terms of trading. I do think you guys should hold on and wait because there will be very, very good opportunities during the week as people might start selling very good players because they don't want to hold on to them for the whole week because they won't play rivals with them, right? So what's the point? I did complete an SBC today. It's not the Bellerin one. I did complete Boateng, and the reason being, if you guys are using Akanji has horrible aggression. He gets pushed off the ball so easily. So I took out the shadow on him and put an anchor, but with an anchor then he just gets blown past by every single striker in the game because he's got 80 axle with an anchor. So I just went ahead and completed Boateng. Boateng looks way better suited for this game style, and his body frame just reminds me Virgil van Dijk. So I'm gonna give him a try today. Hopefully the balance and agility will not be an issue. But what we got today is a very good card. If he fits your team, then I do think Bellerin is a guy whom they have just given one segment, 86 rated, it's a discount in my opinion, because if this card was on the market, I would expect it being right back from the Prem with such stats. I would expect this card to be at least 300k. Now you don't get packs back in return, but that's okay. I do think this SBC costs you around 100 to 120k, and that's all depending on the untradables that you guys have. So do go ahead and complete this card if he links to your team. For me, I don't have Spanish players or a Premier League backline. But if I did have that sort of a team, a hybrid with a Prem team or a Spanish hybrid, then I would go ahead and complete him. I do think the 85 agility, 83 balance reminds me a lot of the Furlan Mendy card. I do think he has similar agility and balance. Yeah, so pretty much the same. And this Mendy card, I've been playing with him for 577 games, and I guarantee you until team of the season, I'm not changing my left back. Even though I saw this Alexandro looks pretty good, but the agility and the balance is the most important stat, in my opinion, when it comes to fullbacks. Because those wingers are just so shifty in this game that if you don't have agility and balance, then they will just blow past you. Otherwise, it was just that sort of a small update for you guys, and letting you guys know the most important thing. If you see a discount today on the market, let me just give you an example here. Let's take Owen, for example. Just a quick example there. If you guys know that the whole week you've seen him, like the whole weekend league, you've seen him selling for 980. If you just look on the market and you find that 910, do not go ahead and buy him, because most probably he will not rise anymore. This is most probably. He will not rise. He will just drop as people continue finishing their weekend league teams. They're just going to list their cards because they're not just going to keep him in their team while they do objectives. So that is just my thought. I do think if you guys have the opportunity of getting liquid, then do get liquid. Not on your team. If there is a player that you guys like on your team, do not go ahead and sell him. There's no point of doing that, because you're going to end up buying him for more expensive during rewards. But if you guys have investments, then yeah, do get liquid, because there's going to be very good opportunities to buy cards on Monday and Tuesday. But I'll keep you guys updated in regards to that. For now, that's pretty much it. Subscribe if you still haven't. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one. Bye.